If you're a hooper over 30, odds are you've probably rolled your ankle plenty of times. I've even played with a couple guys that brag about how many times they've rolled their ankles. Honestly, it's not really something that's cool or something you should be bragging about, because every time you are rolling that ankle, the stability, long-term stability in that ankle is decreasing. The amount of control that you're going to have when you're driving, trying to plant, trying to pivot, trying to jump off that leg is going down. So it's something that you really need to address instead of just continuing to rest and jump back in when the pain finally goes away. So I hope to dispel a couple myths that you've probably heard about ankle sprains today, and then teach you what you should actually be doing. First and foremost is ice and immobilization. Everyone has heard of RICE, rest, ice, compress, and elevate when it comes to an ankle sprain or even like a muscle tear. But the research shows that's honestly some pretty trash advice. To understand why, let's walk through two different hoopers that both just rolled their ankle and track their progress back to basketball to see which one do you think is going to have a more successful return to the court. Hooper number one rolls his ankle and follows RICE. So he doesn't do anything. He doesn't even do any extra walking. He spends most of his time on his couch over the next week, puts that ankle up. He has it elevated. He has ice on there, most of the day. He maybe will throw on a little bit of compression, but to be honest, almost no one really does that C part of the RICE. Everyone skips the compression part. After about 5 to 7 days, he's feeling pretty good. He's able to start walking on it again, but it's not 100%, so he doesn't, do anything else. He doesn't go to the gym, get his lifts back in. He doesn't try, shooting, doing some light ball handling drills, anything like that. He just continues to rest, throwing ice on there, taking ibuprofen, hoping that pain goes away. Fast forward another 2 or 3 weeks, and the pain's finally gone. The first thing he does is he tries to go straight back to his group and hop straight into 5-on-5 full court. A guy I play with actually just did that same thing, and he made it about half a game in before he re-rolled that exact same ankle. Who could have predicted that, right? You sit on the couch for 3 to 4 weeks, you don't do anything, and the first thing that you do is live action 5-on-5 full court. Your conditioning is going to be worse, the ankle stability is going to be worse, something called proprioception is going to be worse. So if you take all those things that are worse than when you actually got hurt the first time and then immediately jump back into live, you really are leaving yourself open to injury again. And not just another ankle sprain, but really anytime we have a compromised joint, the other joints have to take up the slack. So that means you could be putting extra stress on your knee, extra stress on your hip, leading you to have a higher likelihood of injury there. So the last thing you'd want to do would be to turn in just a classic ankle sprain into a torn ACL, right? You're going to be out a heck of a lot longer after that. If you're finding this helpful so far, check out the link in the description below, and I'll send you 30 ways in 30 days for you to continue to keep playing hoops at a high level well into your 30s, 40s, and 50s. So if we compare that to hooper number two, he rolls his ankle. Sure, he takes a day or two off, but immediately as soon as he can, he starts to do as much as he can. So he's going on walks, get some blood pumping down there to help facilitate that healing, as well as help push out some of that swelling. Your muscles actually act like a pump to push out the swelling. He's 2-3 days in, he's feeling good, he's been walking. He goes back to the gym, he starts to train his legs again. Some lifts maybe he's having a hard time with, like walking lunges, but he's able to hit the leg extension machine, the hamstring curl machine, even leg press he's able to continue to do, continues to work his upper body, getting tons of blood pumping throughout his body, stimulating lots of protein synthesis that happens every time you start lifting that's going to help him heal faster. He starts doing some balance exercises to retrain that ankle stability, retrain that proprioception so that he'll have more stability when he gets back on the court. He starts doing some ball handling drills, not a ton of side to side, really aggressive, but he's, doing some straight back and forth, some jogging layups, even doing some form shooting, just taking it day by day, trying to build up a little bit here, a little bit there, monitoring his pain levels and making sure that he's not really stressing those ligaments too much, but also giving them as much as they can tolerate. Fast forward another 2 or 3 weeks, and it's the same time that Hooper number 1 tried to hop back into 5-on-5, except for when Hooper number 2 does it, he's already spent a whole week where he's playing 1-on-0, doing all of his typical moves at full speed. He's sprinting up and down the court, cutting multiple directions without any issues on his own. How do you think his return to the court's going to go? He really should have no issue, right? If you can't do everything you want on your own independently without any other factors for your brain to kind of comprehend and plan ahead, no other guy's big feet out there to land on when you go for a rebound, it's probably not a good idea to go from that straight back into 5-on-5. So as you can see, Rice is actually pretty trash advice when it comes to ankle sprains, especially when it's a chronic ankle sprain. I know most of you have not just rolled your ankle once. You've probably done it multiple times. If you don't rehab it, odds are it's going to continue to happen again and again.